Once upon a time, in New York City, there was a community of fairy tale creatures that resided in an area in Manhattan. These fairy tale creatures and their community was known as Fabletown, and unknown to the rest of the humans, or mundanes, these fairy tale creatures have been living among them for hundreds of years. Hey, what's up people? I'm Trey, Games Over ENT, and today I'm providing you with my review of TellTale's next and newest episodic adventure, The Wolf Among Us, Episode 1, titled Faith. Alright, in this game you actually play as one of the characters in the fairy tale book. You may all know him as the Big Bad Wolf, but in this he's called Bigby, and he's actually the sheriff of this fabled town full of fairy tale creatures.
You think my job is easy? You try keeping a bunch of fables from killing each other. How do you think this all works?
I don't know. How?
By being big and being bad.
By being big and being bad. Don't say that shit in front of people. It's embarrassing.
He is ironic. I know what you're thinking, that
Big bad wolf. Well, I'm the bad guy and you're a sheriff. What kind of fucking world is that, huh?
So it is pretty weird that the one that was bringing about all the chaos and destruction is now enforcing the law and protecting the citizens. So that's pretty weird. And you play as this Bigby character, and he is a dark, brooding loner character who tends to stay by himself, and he also lives by himself in a very cramped apartment. This apartment is actually competing with Spider-Man's apartment right here. It's really small, really nothing to it. Just there you have it. And throughout the story, he's actually playing detective to one of the crimes that's committed during this episode that you'll see for yourself. And he goes around with his partner, and they actually do some investigation, find the clues, and you actually have to do some, click here, use some judgment here, and even interrogate people sometimes when you think they're lying or not telling the truth.
Huh? Why'd you climb in through the window? You said it yourself. The lock's been rotten for weeks. You wouldn't have needed a key to get in.
You run into all types of fairy tale creatures, some you know of, some you don't. For instance, there is Snow White.
Bigby!
Snow?
The Toad.
Mr. Toad? Oh, shit. Bigby!
Ichabod Crane.
This is a disaster! Who else is to blame if not you? See? Even Bigby agrees with me, as incompetent as he is.
Beauty.
Hello, Bigby. I wasn't expecting anyone.
The Beast, her husband.
Have you seen my wife? Have you seen Beauty?
And a few other people.
What are you gonna fucking do, huh? Get the fuck out of the way before you get the axe again.
Hey, you like my ribbon?
Got a smoke? Thanks. Couple thousand more of these, we'll be even on that house you owe me.
How are you today, Mr. Bigby?
You know the rule.
I don't have time for this shit.
Your impatience is callow. You're needlessly cruel, but have some respect for our history and rules.
So very similar to the Walking Dead franchise if you play the game. This is choices. You pick your own. The story is tailored to your decisions, so you have the 4 decisions to pick from in almost every conversation arc. And you also have QuickTime events, which this time are more intense and more responsive. You got to be up on your game. You can't be sleeping when the QuickTime events come up, or you're going to end up dead. The colors throughout this game are very. I love the artwork in this game. It's very colorful, very vibrant, very comic booky, and it fits the mood perfectly. Same thing with the music. The music goes perfectly with the scene and what's going on around it. Like this score you hear in the background right now, this is actually one of the tracks from when you meet one of the characters that you'll see later on. And I love this track, so I got it as my background right now. and they still have those big decisions where one story can veer to the right or veer to the left, determining who lives and who dies. So that is back from the Walking Dead kind of franchise, and it's also makes appearance in this game. I love the scenes in the city where you get to see the people moving around and the humans actually just doing their thing, not really knowing what's going on around them. As opposed to The Walking Dead, where everything is dead and depressing, you actually got a vibrant world here in a city that is hustling and bustling and going about their business. And I love the overall story. The story that they're trying to tell here is very good. It fits in with the whole society. And the wolf, he's actually a really good main character. I wasn't expecting too much out of this guy, but...
Give me a second.
Oh no, by all means. Take your time.
He's actually a real fun guy to be around with. He has a wit about him. He has a certain sass to him, and he has a comeback to anything that anyone has to say. Well, if you pick the right decisions, you could just remain silent the whole way through and not say anything. But that's up to you. So gripes. What don't I like about The Wolf Among Us? Well, of course, we got the frame rate issues, which are back. Looks like they have inherited those too from The Walking Dead. The frame rate is really jarring on some parts, and the transition between one story part to another is very staticky, and I'm kind of mad they didn't have that fixed. And that's not just a problem on consoles too. I heard from other PC and Mac gamers that is actually a problem in that sense on those platforms too. So, you know, TellTale, go ahead and get that fixed. You know you can do it. Go ahead and get that worked out. And also sometimes on the music engineering or mastering, it needs to be fixed because the music be way too loud over the spoken voice. When you're in a certain scene, the music will be like overriding it. And I know there's in the settings you actually turn the music down, but then you won't hear the music in other scenes too. So I think the music needs music mastering is a little off. And last but not least, some of the QuickTime events. The QuickTime events are very quick, rapido. Yeah, if you miss them, you can end up dead. They kind of remind me of, I don't know if you remember this, but in Walking Dead episode 4, when you first meet Molly and you get into that physical altercation with her, and there's a chance you can stop her. If you're quick enough, you can stop her. But you gotta be real quick, and that's how quick these QuickTime events are on this game too. And one thing I do miss are the death animations. Now I know this isn't Walking Dead, but when you do get that game over screen, you don't really get those animations that you get like, oh snap, I'm not gonna do that again. Like, you know, Lee used to get torn apart by zombies and stuff like that when he made a mistake that cost him his life. But that didn't happen in this game. You just get a game over. But that stuff is all minor. Overall, I really enjoyed this. I'm going to have fun with this franchise. I've actually purchased the season pass, so I'll be back for more reviews. That's my goal, to have more reviews like this up. And also, don't forget to check out the extras. They have a nice fable book that tells a biography of each of the fables featured in the story that you have discovered, and it tells some history and some stuff that you may or may not have known about them. So definitely check that out. It's a very cool feature. If you like what you heard or like what you've seen, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to hear more from me and see more of my channel in the future. Alright.
A lot of these walk out the door?
Yeah, it's called advertising.
You get a refund?
Fuck you. The word's getting out.
Hey. I need to tell you something.
What is it?
You're not as bad as everyone says you are. I'll see you around, Wolf.